Welcome back, park managers. In this module, we'll be exploring the unique dynamics that form within various dinosaur families, making sure you know what to look out for when introducing juveniles into an enclosure and setting the foundation for them to thrive and expand. Dinosaur juveniles may sometimes have different needs to their parents, but as with any species, the child's needs are always the priority, and their welfare will impact on that of their parents. With both paleo and social needs to consider, you may have to alter your enclosures in order for the juveniles to settle in. Paleo needs cover environment and available food types, while social needs can be as specific as how many male dinosaurs are inside the territory. Paying attention to these needs will pay off, as a happy dinosaur means happy guests and increased park appeal. Plus, it will also benefit you later down the line when your thriving juveniles mature. So it's crucial to monitor your juveniles early on. You'll find that some dinosaurs like to stay close to their immediate family, whilst others follow more of a herd mentality, or even bold enough to follow any adult, no matter the species. I'm sure it won't be long before your enclosures are lively with dinosaurs and your parks are busy with guests. In the meantime, be sure to watch the rest of our modules for further training on managing your parks.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 3 video. What a week it has been! We had the Dino Showcase for the Utahraptor confirming its return in Jurassic World Evolution 3 earlier this week, and now we have another feature focus confirming a new species to the game as well, which is very exciting. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be breaking down this feature focus, identifying things that you may have missed or stuff that you may have already spotted, but overall just having a bit of fun with this video because we've got a lot of Evolution 3 to discuss in the coming weeks. So if you're excited for more Jurassic World Evolution 3 content here on YouTube, then why not leave a like on the video and be sure you're subscribed to the channel for your daily dose of Jurassic content. If you're looking for one place for all of your Jurassic needs on YouTube, then look no further as you found the best place to be. But for now, let's get into breaking down the latest feature focus of Jurassic World Evolution 3. So starting off with this feature focus, it opens up showing us the iconic feeding display of the Mosasaurus is back. Now this was something that we did notice in a few videos a few weeks ago, but this is the first time we actually get to see it up close and personal, and it's just nice to see it returning. But this same shot continues into a wide angle shot showing off a new sauropod to the game, which we'll get into in just a few minutes time. How very exciting. But one thing that really catches my attention here, and I really don't know why, I've sat and looked at this image for so long, but why is there just a singular Mosasaurus lagoon pool right there? I don't know. It's not in the enclosure. It doesn't look like it has a way for, breeding. It doesn't look like it's a way to release animals. It doesn't look like there's anything that can look at the display, such as a viewing gallery. So why is it there? I don't know. I'm trying to work out why. Maybe it's for aesthetic purposes, but it's just rather odd. In the background, you can also see that there is another sauropod as well. It seems to have a really weird looking neck, and it's very hard to identify what exactly this is. There's no confirmation exactly, but I assume that this paddock is just a very weird paddock, because why would you put sauropods on the right hand side of the image in such a small enclosure? So I think that the enclosure kind of wraps around and then there's more sauropods later on. But what are these sauropods, you're wondering? Well, in the next shot, we get to see one of the very first times to the Jurassic franchise, Patagotitan, the largest creature to ever walk planet Earth, and it's so exciting to see it return. I do hope we eventually get to see something like Argentinosaurus in Jurassic World Evolution 3 as well, but nevertheless, a new sauropod in Patagotitan looks absolutely amazing. I love the little spikes going down its neck, down its back. I also love the baby animation as well, looking up to its mother and just going on its hind legs. It's just so adorable. But yes, that is another new species added into Evolution 3. But moving on to returning species, we get confirmation of the Quetzalcoatlus and also its juvenile. But interestingly, the adult pattern looks to have changed from Evolution 2, so it seems like they've gone ahead and decided to redesign some patterns for some of the creatures in this game. And also in the background, judging by the Japanese-styled river bridge, we can safely assume that this is probably the same enclosure that featured the Pteranodon just a few weeks ago. We get to see the release animation for juvenile Mosasauruses for the very first time, but then in the next shot we get to see the female Patagotitan. Now, what we've identified over the last few weeks is that not every creature is going to have a variance between males and females, and if they do, they're going to be slight differences. I feel as though Patagotitan is falling under this category because comparing it to the female version that's on screen right here and the male version in the background, it's very hard to tell them apart. I feel as though there's something different with the faces, but to me, it's just so difficult to work out where's the difference between the female and male Patagotitans. Now, I don't know about you guys, but considering Patagotitan is the largest creature to ever walk planet Earth, it's very hard to make out its size in this game. It feels a bit too small, in my opinion. I feel as though we need a better sense of scale. Maybe the fact that I'm looking at a juvenile Patagotitan and the juvenile is rather large to begin with, it's very hard to get a proper sense of scale of this creature. When I was doing my research for my tiers for my Patreon, which you can find a link to in the description below if you want a shout out at the end of every video, nice little plug there, but I actually put Patagotitan as the largest one, simply because it was the largest creature. That's what I found for my research. So to see the Patagotitan look a little bit too small in this shot, I don't know, I feel as though maybe there's something wrong with the sense of scale here. But in this feature focus, we actually learn that the juvenile's welfare will affect the parents' welfare as well. So once they become parents, the adult creatures now have additional needs to be fulfilled. If their child is not feeling comfortable, they're not feeling comfortable. So you're definitely going to have to watch out that when building your parks. The next shot actually shows us the walking animation for the Patagotitan and the resting animation for the juvenile version, but we also get to see for the very first time, I believe, the mechanic to place down foliage. Now I know we've basically just seen that in Evolution 2 and Evolution 1, but it's nice to finally see it in Evolution 3. For a very brief frame, you can also see that contour lines do also return. Baby Quetzalcoatluses are able to fly, and we get confirmation that these juvenile flyers can actually break out. We do already know that juvenile creatures such as Carnotaurus and Baryonyx so far can aid their parents in trying to break out of their enclosures. We were wondering if that's going to be the same thing for flyers, and it clearly is thanks to this clip. But also in this clip, looking at the side panel, when you look at the environmental needs, we now have new needs such as arid, barren, and wetland. I don't believe that Quetzalcoatlus needed wetland previously, and we actually get the additions of biomes now, such as arid and barren stuff. I know previously you needed to add sand or some rocks, but now we need to add arid field and barren fields to the enclosures for these creatures. In the previous games, if you accidentally bred one too many species, you could easily just sell it and get back part of your money. But now when you transport a creature, it says released to wild. Now there is a $sign next to it, so I do presume you do actually get a little bit of money in return, but it's interesting that you don't sell these creatures anymore, but instead you release them to the wild. The juvenile Mosasauruses interact for the very first time, but then in the next shot we get to see the mother and the father, assumingly, walking around with their Quetzalcoatlus. So these large monstrous creatures that take to the skies can now walk on land as well, something we saw for the smaller flying reptiles, but we were questioning whether they'll add that for the larger flying reptiles, so it's nice that we finally get confirmation. But this is where we now have to listen out to what is said in this feature focus. The quote directly says, "Others follow more of a herd mentality," and then it shows this shot of the Brachiosauruses and their babies walking in herds. So it is confirmed that herding will be in the game. Finally, after 2 games of asking, herding is finally going to be in Jurassic World Evolution 3. But the next quote I want to talk about is where she says,
"Or even bold enough to follow any adult, no matter the species."
Some juvenile creatures are bold enough to follow any adult, no matter the species. And then we see the baby Ankylosauruses walking alongside the adult Brachiosauruses, which just makes mixed herding for these herbivores so much better. But it makes me wonder, how far can we push this? Is this only for herbivorous creatures? Or for example, can I get a Tyrannosaurus Rex to raise a Baryonyx? Is that possible in the game? That would be interesting. We get to see a new interaction animation with the baby Brachiosaurus interacting with her mother, but then we get a wide shot of this Japanese styled park, which just looks so good, so filled and so amazing. But in the background you can see Parasaurolophus, as well as the first look at the adult Ankylosaurus. Now we did previously just look at a baby Ankylosaurus, but that is the adult version in the background. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything that you may have missed in the latest feature focus for Jurassic World Evolution 3. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed or you think that I missed anything, then head on down to the comments and let me know. But if you have nothing to say, then why not just comment the dinosaur emoji for the sake of engagement? Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. But most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hey, did you enjoy the video? Well, why not leave a like and subscribe for more Jurassic content? I appreciate every single one of you for reaching this point into the video and supporting me this far. If you wish to support me even further, then feel free to head on down to the description where you can find links to donate, my Patreon, and you can also press that join button to become a member here on YouTube and gain access to some awesome emojis. A massive thank you to all of the YouTube members for this month, as well as the amazing fans over on Patreon too. Your extra bit of support really goes a long way. But for now, I wish you a great rest of your day.